No, like legit. I almost just introduced as unfazed.
We gotta get you on the Unfazed pod. We gotta get you on there.
Yeah, shout out to, was it LJ?
LJ.
Shout out to LJ.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually just talk about the pod. My man's got his gear going.
Got the gear, got the merch, man. Unfazed Creations, man. Unfazed Creations, y'all go shop with us.
Is it like a website?
Yeah, so it's a website. The website is unfazedcreations.printify.com. But I usually just put the link in anything I do just so they see. But we got shirts, we got stuff for women, we got stuff for men, we got athletic shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve, we got mugs. We're gonna do some hats pretty soon, so yeah, it's pretty cool. We've been getting a lot of support though. So I'm like, I want to give the fans and the community something, you know what I'm saying, to show support outwards too.
You're on the rise.
Come on, man. That's it. You too.
You know what's crazy is when we last did and we got Jordan helped us out with the audio and visuals and everything. Yeah. But the last time we did a podcast, well, this was DT and VT, but now we're rebranding. This is called Random Tandem.
Random Tandem, yeah.
Because people know me, like I just get the random facts and everything. Yeah. And plus, like, if it's mostly gonna be like a new guest, for the most part, I might have to be recurring. It's supposed to be Rez and Tariq, but we'll get them back on a different episode. Gotcha. So yeah, like DT and VT, that was more like interview based. This is more just like free flowing. But to circle the point, see, Random Tandem. The last time we had a guest, it was Rez, and he wasn't even married yet, and he was like, "Yo, like I'm so excited for 2024." He was like, "Yo, we gonna paint the town red and everything." Mm-hmm. And now I'm like, "Yo, it's like now he's engaged. We got 2 other friends engaged. Max is doing his thing.
A lot of weddings going on.
Yeah. So like he was right, man. And like I'm in a better position now. We got I don't know if you're gonna be there, but I think Max is going back to Art Basel. So there's just so much like actual like positivity that we can go, that's going into the world. Yeah. And when I listened to the first episode, Unfazed, you were like, that's kind of how I want to be. Like I play off my name, but like there's so much. You were saying there's so much negativity that goes in there.
So much negativity in the world, man. I just wanted to be able to switch that, and especially on social media, because you see a lot of videos like the negativity sells though. Negativity is what gets the likes and gets the views. So if that's what the people are making their money off of, there's gonna be more and more and more of that. But I'm like, I want to create a platform where we can get rid of that. We can bring positivity, man. We can learn people's stories. We can learn how to make money, in different ways. Learn how to entrepreneurship. Learn how to motivate each other. Like, just a lot of different things that are positive. Just like you said, we're all doing positive things. So if we can push that narrative on, man, I think there's a good community out there that needs that and wants that.
What's funny is I got a lot of quotes here. Charles Barkley said that there's so much good in the world. It's just that the negative stuff is louder.
That's it. That's exactly it.
And I never thought of it. I never really thought of it as such. Because we all have our struggles in life, and even like last year this time, like the finances was kind of like out of control. Yeah. Maybe I need to go to financial phase actually. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, no, financial phase. That is a platform that I started, another Instagram, another part of my brand where. So right now I'm in sales, so I do like financial sales, insurance sales, all type of stuff. You can find me at Financial Phase. But I'm there, I just kind of spread wisdom and knowledge. The premise of it is basic financial literacy. I want to give everybody just the basic financial literacy because I learned that it's just a simple mindset switch that allows us to become rich. Like you don't have to make millions of dollars and all that to put yourself in a better financial position and create generational wealth for your family. You could do that driving a bus, driving a train, or working at Walmart or whatever it is. You just have to make smart decisions like that. We talk about insurance, we talk about simple investing, saving. So that's something that I really, really am serious about, and I've been really pushing that narrative. I'm gonna do a lot more with that, especially with the Unfazed pod and just getting out and talking about that.
And Phase, he's actually the one that got me into, it didn't work out for me on the business side of it, but he actually got me into the life insurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, we told some stories about like guys that actually they were like brokers themselves or whatever like the title is, and they themselves they were selling the product, but apparently they didn't believe in it because they didn't have the life insurance, and then that stuff just kind of it creeps up on you, and like heaven forbid we never know when our last breath is.
Exactly. So why would you sell something and then you don't have it yourself? You know what I mean? So anybody I'm with or I work with, I make sure that's the first thing. You gotta have something for yourself, because say if you're working with me and something happens to you and now your family's like, oh, we don't don't got no money, like, that's a sad thing. We've dealt with that. So making sure everybody, that's the first thing I say. That's for financial phase, what it is. The first thing is you should have insurance. It doesn't have to be $1 million policy. A $50,000 policy costs you $20 a month. That's $50,000. Take care of your funeral expenses and give a little change to your family. You know what I mean? So that's the basics. You know, don't leave debt.
Right. Yeah. The worst thing you want to, I mean, on top of the devastation is like when you got to do the GoFundMe. Oh man, that stuff's rough.
Come on, we say, what I say is like, you don't want to put your family in a position where they have to grieve twice. You know, they're already grieving once over you, but now they're grieving and they're hurt and they're sad because it's like, man, the house ain't paid for. Who gonna pay for this? Who gonna pay for that? How we gonna pay for the funeral and stuff like that? So don't put your family in that position, man.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing cookouts.
I don't want to be doing none of that. Trying to raise money and all that. We could put a couple dollars, put a little McDonald's meal, one dinner, a Starbucks coffee, and get you a nice pasta that takes care of yourself and your family. You know.
Yeah, so it's definitely worth the investment.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I wanted to get into a little bit of because our friend Max is inside town. Max Pierce. Am I forgetting his IG? We'll put it in the description. So you guys were playing pickleball earlier. He plays basketball as well. Our friend Tariq, you haven't really met him, but
yeah,
he's been on and off. We've been getting into debates like who's the better athletes, football and basketball.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like spark that and get into like the minutia of it.
Yeah.
I always got to throw in a big word.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the minutia of it, but when he would argue, like, first off, don't argue on Facebook, please. Don't argue on Facebook and Twitter. He would post something, get like, hundreds of comments or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he would argue like skill, and he would say skill, but I think he was conflating it with athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
So if you I don't know what your definition is. Athleticism, to myself, is like adaptability, and then a skill could be like Steve Novak is like a jump. I think it's Steve Novak or I can't remember his name. I think Steve Novak, he's like a jump shooter. Or
that's a skill.
That's a skill.
I agree with that. I don't think I've ever thought about how to explain athleticism, but I would say athleticism is adaptability. Like someone that has some general stuff that you can take and put into anything. Like you're an athlete. Like if I wanted to go ball, you can be decent and you won't be terrible. Like you won't go there and look terrible. You did any tennis, like you can go pick something up. Like you won't be starting from scratch every time you pick up a new sport.
It's funny because like I would love to actually like have that conversation with him because they would like all the basketball guys would be hammering him.
Yeah.
But it's such a different. I mean, it's not such a different game, but it's kind of apples and oranges to a certain extent because there's way more quote unquote football. There's 55 guys on a roster or whatever, 54 or whatever it is, and basketball is only 13.
Exactly.
And plus, in basketball, it's like there's endless LeBron highlights. There's not actually endless Tom Brady highlights because he's only playing once a week. Now, if you got practice highlights, that's a little bit different. So it's a little bit apples and oranges, but. It's such an intriguing debate. Like everyone says, like Bo Jackson's the GOAT. Jim Brown's up there, and like I've heard like there are people like my professor, Professor Simmons at WCC. He said LeBron's a freak of nature, but Jordan was a freak athlete, and it's actually not that LeBron isn't athletic, but it's a little bit different when you look at it. Like Jordan is like he could. I mean, everything off the bounce and like the high flying, the defensive
the ability to do that similar to like what LeBron does, but he's not LeBron's size or height or anything like LeBron's bit like a freak of nature as well, so that allows him to do a lot of that. But Jordan's not, and he's just like Air Jordan. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll get to like I don't want to get into like Jordan versus LeBron. That's for the shop. Shout out to the shop. But one thing I'll give it to him is like at least when he transferred to baseball, at least he respected the sport. That's one thing. And like there's stuff like I don't watch soccer at all. I used to say that I didn't like I just don't like it. But I will never go. I will never say that's not extremely difficult.
Yeah. Because
it's just like the amount of hustle, the amount of footwork that you have to have. Like I think they recently ranked the top 100 athletes of the century. Of like it's only a quarter way through it, and Asia Wilson's on there. But I think Lionel Messi, he should be quote unquote number one. But I think LeBron's like number 5. Michael Phelps is up there. But
who was number 1? You said?
Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is up there, and maybe Simone Biles is like 3. I can't remember who was 2 and 3, but.
No, soccer.
Soccer's difficult.
Soccer's difficult, man. I think a lot of these sports, like we just watch them, and if you don't really play, it's like, oh yeah, man, I can do this, whatever it is. But no, soccer. I've been playing FIFA recently. Like for the first time, I was like, man, I always play 2K, man. Let me try to play FIFA. I was at Chicago, and I'm like, bro, this is kind of hard. I'm like, they really play this and like just being able to run up and down just like a football field. I'm thinking about playing football, being a receiver, but having to juggle the ball and that like, oh, that's insane, bro. So I give a lot of credit to those guys, and also tennis. Like I'm watching the U.S. Open and different stuff like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, this doesn't seem that hard. I'm like, man, you should have got that. I'm yelling at the screen and stuff, but I'm like, I get out there and I'm playing tennis with Ginger, and it's like, oh no way, I'm getting that. Like I see why he just let that go because this is hard, and the court is so much bigger than when you're actually on it.
Oh yeah, that's no doubt.
Yeah.
I would never be able to get the. Well, I'll say never. I would struggle with the serve.
The serve.
The serve is like the
serve is hard. I was getting nice at it. It just takes time, repetition, but it's like, no, that's like receiving that serve. Like me and Ginger are playing, but it's like, okay, put Serena Williams out there, or Venus Williams, or like Tiafoe, or somebody out there, Alcaraz, one of those guys.
Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, bro, it's like it's tough. It's gonna be tough returning that.
Yeah, you know what's funny when I play like ping pong, I have no backhand. I just switch to the left.
That's all. That's it. Actually, I think I'm all backhand. Like I stay on this side, but I want to get better at it. Like we were just playing pickleball.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want to be able to use my left a little bit more. I'm always here. But pickleball is fun. You play pickleball?
I played it at the camp I worked at this summer, and I didn't have a backhand. Like I played it like maybe like 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was like me, myself, and like some of the campers. So you're not gonna go as hard.
Yeah.
But
did you like it?
I enjoyed it. It's a very it gets more competitive. Like you forget that you're going against like campers. Like I'll be like a
DJ was
I wanted to. I was Incredible Hulk out there.
Yeah.
But you know what's actually really weird is that we had to order new pickleball like actual the physical plastic balls because the heat would like melt it.
Really?
Yeah, the heat melted.
Oh wow, I was getting that high.
Yeah, no, it was bad. We had to order. We had to order more. But that's a nice camp.
I'll probably do the same time I'm down Dallas right now. I probably couldn't bring it to Dallas, man. Those balls are all melted.
Oh well, you gotta get it. Well, they got it indoor though, right?
I haven't seen the indoor one. I usually just like I've seen a lot of outdoor stuff. They definitely have it for sure, but I haven't seen one yet. But that was my first time playing.
That was your first time? Oh.
First time playing. I love it, man. I played tennis before, but
you didn't do it in high school?
No, pickleball?
No.
I didn't even know, like, I'm catching on to this wave right now. I probably learned about it when I was at Indiana State because I've seen some older ladies out there playing. I'm like, oh, okay, it's just like a fun older woman's sport. But now it's like, I'm out there running, come on, get it. Yeah.
The tennis players are like, I think they have rankings and such, and the tennis players are like the highest ranking.
Really?
They'll have celebrity games. They have celebrity cornhole now, which like once we hit 50, we gotta just crack a Heineken and just go hard.
Oh my God, I'm nice. That's one of my secret talents, cornhole. Like I don't know. I think I played it a good amount growing up, but like I'm just like, there's this league. I was actually in contact with the guys, like the ACL, it's like the American Cornhole.
Oh
League.
yeah.
They wanted to play in there, and I might get an opportunity to play in there. It's like you gotta go to one of the tryouts. They got some stuff done, but I'm definitely like, if I get the opportunity to do that, yeah.
Like where would the tryout? Where would the tryout?
They have leagues, but they have like locations in every city. So it's like a huge. I didn't know how big it was. Like they have them in every city. So they have like a couple Dallas locations. They have Houston. They have New York. They have them all over, bro. So it's like you have to go to one of the headquarters spots. You have to meet with the manager. They gotta try it, like whatever it is, however they do. But I got in touch with the guy, man. If I could do that, bro, that would be amazing.
So let's talk about football career. So obviously, like I think even last year you guys had such a high powered offense. Every year, no, you're not gonna win every year. It's
a tough league to win.
Yeah, however many teams, say it's 12 teams, like WNBA, 11 teams go home sad or whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
So how's that looking? Are you looking at the XFL or are you still trying to just kind of like hit the IFL path?
Yeah, right now it's actually, I was having this conversation last night actually. So I think for me, I'm at the point where last year when I ended the season, I was going through injuries, I was going through this. So even after the season, bro, like that whole off season, I was just doing rehab. like I couldn't even get an opportunity to play in the UFL because I couldn't go work out because my ankle or like whatever it is was just so messed up. And now I'm so happy because like after this season I feel great. Like I'm playing pickleball, I'm hooping, I'm doing everything I could. So ideally, like I have my agent and everybody working with me that's sending my film out. From this season I had like I was going through injuries like this season as well. I think we played almost 8 games or 7, 8 games. We played 17-game season, but I was leading touchdowns on the team, leading yards on the team, and I only played half the season. So I think I ended with 16 touchdowns, 1 interception, maybe 500 some yards, 50 yards, you know what I mean? So, I got people working for me on the back end. I'm definitely reaching out, going to workouts when I can, but just hoping that at this point, you know what I'm saying, I can get an opportunity. It's all about opportunity. A lot of it is knowing the right people, but also having the film to back yourself up. So I have my guys working for me, I have my film together, getting sent out, and then I'm just at the point now where it's like, I'm ready for that opportunity. So Cowboys call, the Bears call, the UFL team calls, Canada calls, whatever it is, just making sure I'm ready for the opportunity. And then I guess worst case scenario, I would be putting another year together with the Frisco Fighters. But I think if I went back to Frisco Fighters, I'm probably gonna do that was my last year for sure, playing with the Frisco.
And it's always a good to kind of just keep the experience. Like experience is an experience. Like when we had actually it was our first podcast. You talked through the whole process. I remember you were like, I don't regret it. I don't regret the process at all.
No.
And it's all just about like the positive outlook. Like you can go from like just great player, let's say like Florida State, to like you broke your leg one day, and it's just you never know how this this game called life and this game called football can kind of take a different direction. Think about it. David Pollock, he used to be on ESPN, College Game Day. I think he was like a highly touted pick. He broke all these records at Georgia. I think he got 4 games in. His whole career was gone. I think like Jay Williams, on the
Jay Williams story is crazy. I read his book recently.
On the motorcycle and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're still out there doing your thing. It's just it's such a grind, and I think you actually. When I actually listened to the first to that podcast, I think you were saying like the take home pay it's not what you would think.
No, it's not.
It's not like that.
It's not. So it's if you want to continue to play this game of football and do what you love, like it's a blessing. And I would say Frisco Fighters, they have the best. I would say one of the best organizations in that league. And to be able to play football and be on a team and be somewhere where they house you, they feed you, they take care of you, have the top notch. We have the same workout facilities right across the street from the Dallas Cowboys practice facility. So we're practicing with all these NFL guys. We have the same cold tub, hot tub, sun, all these things. So we have the best, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't ask for anything more. But as far as pay and just wanting to move up and get to do different things in the world, it's like that battle that I'm having right now. It's like, I need to make money, or I want to make more money than this. So, but the coaches, they do a good job giving us the opportunity to be able to, you have your job, but you have to be here as well. But we understand, you know what I mean? So just making sure your schedule is good and everything like that. But you don't get paid a lot in the IFL. So the goal is to get out of that so we can get paid more. But it's enough right now.
Right.
Just keep playing football, you know what I mean? I'm getting paid to play a game that I love. So
since like 7 or 8 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm here. Like this is a kid's game, man. Like I'm getting paid to play a kid's game and have fun with it. So I'm like I'm cool.
It's funny, like so many people that you would think could kind of like excel, like they turn into like different different professions. Like I think Dwayne Johnson, he got cut from the Canadians.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't even like think of. I mean, he went to Miami, but I believe what's funny that I watched his like NBC show. I think they canceled it. But like Warren, it was 3-4 seasons. They got little because the name was Dewey. They got little Dewey, high school, and then like the older version.
I never got a chance to watch that.
And I think he never started, but I think Warren Sapp was like right ahead of him.
Yeah, he had some dogs. Those dogs.
Ray Lewis.
Like, I see that.
I think in one episode, this is about work ethic. I don't want to harp on work ethic, but like he was the first time he was the second in the gym. Ray Lewis was in there at like 5:30. He got in at 6.
Wow.
And I heard some crazy story like Ray Lewis. He walked into like some other team's facility and like broke whatever record they are. Is it like the leg ups when you're like up here and for the core and everything? Like he like shattered it like without even like trying. And I think Derek Brooks and Ray Lewis were on the same team. So like nowadays, like I don't know, hinder the younger generation. But nowadays, like, you don't start, you just transfer.
Yeah.
And like Derrick Brooks was like, no, I think I'm better than Ray Lewis. Like, he wasn't, but he was still, that's still an all-time great. Yeah. But it's that level of that competition. It brings a different roar, like a roar in you. Like this is. I don't like myself when I'm playing flag. Honestly, I don't like that. I don't like that version of me like complaining about like. Sometimes it's men, sometimes it's co-ed. I don't like that version of me until like I get back home. Like, all right, it's just a game. Like,
what version of you?
Like, I just get more, cause I just get more like.
Is it competitive?
Yeah, competitive. Yeah, I just get
You got that dog.
That dog in it. Yeah, I get more fire in it. Like, I'm like, cause it's also one thing. It's like. Flag is like, it's way different. Yeah. You'll have people who are like aren't good that be talking trash, and I'm like, oh god, come on now, like it's.
Right now.
I'm like, dude, you couldn't guard me with a machine gun. Like, so don't start talking. And then like there was, I can say like the names of the teams, because they're actually like relevant teams, and I guess in Westchester. Yeah. One guy, he wasn't good, but like our best player at St. Velez, I think he went to Roosevelt. Mm-hmm. Like this guy, he's not that fast, but he could run like the dig route. He's out. Yeah. Like, and I think he might have like dropped a pass or we were having a bad game, and the safety was like, yeah, boy. I was like, he's Hispanic, like, yo, don't start with that boy stuff. Like, I'll really come at you right now. Yeah. I'm like, don't start with it. Like, he doesn't mean it in like 60s, like Bull Connor kind of way. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, don't start that. That's not
already in that mode.
Yeah, I was like,
me.
Yeah. So
what do you think about flag? How do you feel about that game itself? Because you might put it in the Olympics. The way they are putting it in the Olympics next year.
Here's the thing. I would controversial. It's not fun to watch. I don't think it's fun to watch because it's just like.
I was watching the kids flag though. I don't know if you've seen that recently. I don't know what league it was, but I was somewhere and they had the kids flag on, bro. That was impressive. I was excited to watch that. But this was like kids. I don't know. I've never seen adults or whatever, but I'm like, these young kids are getting after it. There was one young kid just juking out everybody. I'm like, this is crazy.
What are they, like 8, 9? 8,
9, 10, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. When they're that short and they can go like low to the ground, that low center of, Barry Sanders was the best at it. That low center of gravity, it's really fun to watch. And they're I don't want to say women, but the girls are out there like ball. Like if you see Instagram reels, Facebook reels, like I think just with all like the health issues and such, like football's kind of like evolving to that place where it's getting as physical as it is. It's getting more inclusive in the flag realm. So I think this NFL Network or ESPN, they just had like a championship and such. But like I guess if they're younger and you can kind of see them like little Sonic the Hedgehogs, like juke their way in and out and everything. It's very that part is really fun, but it's weird though. Pulling a flag is harder than you think.
Yeah, not bad. Because it's not just like come off. It's like the suction cup thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's you could like screw it in, like some flags are just bad, but like you could like screw it in a certain way, and apparently, like I don't know how to explain it, you have to have your flag pointed like out, like you have to screw your flag in like the suction cup a certain way. Like there was the one guy, the I'm not gonna say the name of the league, but it was getting on my nerves because like I thought he was saying that like, I don't know, it was a misunderstanding. I thought he was saying that I had to like take my flags, all right, I'm confusing myself. Yeah. I had the flags upside down apparently. So I thought he was saying I needed to like get new flags. So I was just like losing it, like that dog came out and I was like, dude, this is nonsense or whatever. All I had to do was turn it around. Like I didn't even realize like what was going on. Yeah. But yeah, there's a team in that league that's like they won like 4 out of like at least since I've only been there 2 years. They won like 5 of the last 6 or 4 of the last 6 or whatever.
How's your team?
Well, I've changed teams like 3 times. We got a bunch of kids from, we got a bunch of guys that like play college football.
You're a receiver? You playing both ways?
Yeah, I've mostly been playing defense. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, like I'm better at defense now. Like I just feel like I'm 28 now. I just feel like my peak speed, unless I get my glute muscles back there, like I feel like it's gone. Like not gone, but like my 4.4 days are just like.
So you're using the mind and just control the speed, breaking, getting picks and stuff.
I think what's underrated about think about like a slow tight end like Jason Witten back in the day. This is for like you young guys who like aren't fast.
Young cats,
that who think that I'm not fast so I can't play receiver. Is you know, obviously this is really obvious. You know where you're going at all points.
Exactly.
So you can still get open just by like through like manipulation of your hips and everything. Like if you manipulate your hips and you can kind of step on the defender's toes and such. You know where you're going, and like Jason Witten, you get in that zone, and he's open like virtually every play.
Yeah, you got that advantage.
You don't always need speed. Like think about it, like Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, they weren't the fastest guys, but they knew kind of how to like bob and weave and kind of. And they knew like what option route. So sometimes you're supposed to do a down and out. Sometimes you're supposed to like do a hitch instead of a down and out, depending on where the linebacker moves and everything. Yeah. This is for all like football nerds and such. Yeah. But yeah, like you don't have to have like you have to be the cheetah in order to get open. Like you can manipulate
it helps,
the defense.
But you don't have to. I think playing receiver, man, I love receivers so much, and I'm glad like I found my way back to receiver because it's an art. Playing receiver is an art. Like you have to learn how to run the route tree, of course, as best as you possibly can. Because I think a lot of guys go, I can learn how to do this right, I can learn how to do these drills. No, but it's like if you learn how to run the route tree as best as you possibly can, and then put your own little style. If you're like, I'm a hezzy guy, so I like to hesitate, break it down, or in and out, like make a miss, kind of like Devontae Adams. That's kind of out of my game factor, I would say, but. Doing whatever you do best or what you're really good at and putting that into the route tree, man, you'll be good. Don't have to do too fancy stuff. You don't gotta be fast or whatever it is. You gotta have your own game.
He used to, I think at one point he did like a behind the back he did like a fake dribble.
It's hooping.
He did like a little.
It's hooping.
I'm like, what the?
That's what it is, man. I think if you have that, like my first love was basketball. You know what I mean? So I'm like. That helps me out a lot because it's boom, same thing I do on the court. I just come down, boom, boom, do it to you. You know what I mean? So that's where you get open. It's all about getting open. If you can get open on the court, you can get open on the field.
Well, that's what I kind of like go back to the athleticism. Like it is kind of like adaptability.
Adaptability, yeah. Adaptability is huge. I think you need that in order to be able to, like, if you want to call yourself an athlete, you know what I mean? Because like we think about like Simone Biles and stuff like that. Like I'm looking at that stuff. I'm like, she is an athlete. Like, cause it's balance, it's strength, it's speed, explosiveness. And I was like, okay, maybe they don't have hand-eye coordination, but no, they got the bars. They like, I'm like,
it's landed.
That's and I was, cause this is my first year really watching that with Simone Biles and Olympics and everything. And I'm like, yeah, that may be. They have a strong argument for the ultimate athlete. I think football, like I always get arguments about football because we have so many different positions. Yeah. Like,
I'm just biased. He's objective, I'm biased.
Exactly. So football is like, we got, what about linemen? That's what they all say. But I'm like, okay, we're talking receivers, DBs, you know what I mean? Yeah. Those are some of the most athletic dudes, you know what I mean, that can play pretty much every sport, you know what I mean? And then they have the skill as well. And DB, like outside of quarterback being the hardest position, I'll see what you think about this. Outside of quarterback, I would say DB is the hardest position because, first off, you don't know what this guy's going to do, and you're doing it backwards.
Yeah.
Backwards is insane.
Well, here's the thing. I've seen, like, an older, like, kind of injured Revis get cooked by, like, Marquise Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
who was in, I think he just missed the Olympics, like, 2 years ago. Like I've seen, like, watch, like, he shut down Randy Moss for the most part. But I've seen, like, speed beat a technically sound, corner, and especially if you're the corner and you have no like safety help. Like, shout out to Richard Sherman. Yeah. He actually did have like little safety help in his cover 3. Yeah. But no, like if you guys look at like 09 Revis, that is something to behold, man.
Yeah.
He faced was it Marcus Colston, Steve Smith, Andre Johnson, who else? I don't know, I'm forgetting everyone. Randy Moss, I think Randy Moss had 4 catches one game, 5 catches the other game. That was an athletic, like, he was fast, but
Revis Island.
Yeah, that Revis Island, that is a master class in how to cover guys. Mm-hmm. And I think he faced the Packers, so I guess Jordy Nelson, that was like his breakout year. I don't know who else was, I guess Greg Jennings. So he was holding people like Andre Johnson's a Hall of Famer. He was holding them to nothing.
Yeah.
I think if they played the Bengals that year, like I think the next year, like they played Chad Johnson, he was holding these guys and they were Ocho Cinco now. Like technically sound, like the sideline his own defender. That was just that. I would agree with that. That was like if you're a cornerback, it's such a reactionary position. Like imagine just being on kind of being on skates a little bit. Imagine having to like defend like a fast Kyrie in basketball. That's basically what he was doing. Like, I don't know, was it a fast, like, but imagine like Russell Westbrook plus Kyrie's handles, like all into one. Like that's what Revis was doing.
Yeah.
And it was just something like ever. And I guess that year, Charles Woodson won the defensive MVP. But it was only because I think he had
nice too. Yeah.
I think that year he had his stats because it was INT returns.
Yeah.
It was like 3 or 4 pick sixes, so that kind of like outweighed it.
Okay.
And with Revis, it's funny because we talk about all this, like all these details. When you're in man, you don't get as many interceptions because you're looking at the defender.
Yes.
As opposed to your zone, you can see both.
Yes.
Number one, you can't hit what you can't see. Yeah. But that's why I'm a big Sauce guy. Sauce is not Revis, but go Jets.
Go Jets.
I wanted to transition over because again we got friends getting married. You and Ginger going strong. You guys met at Cornell, man. It's a blessing, man.
Yeah, man, going strong, man.
It's a blessing.
Like in life, when you have good people around you, man, you have to keep them around, man. I think a lot of times we all are getting caught up in and I think with my friend group a lot of times we all get caught up in life and we're all trying to get money, do the business, do all these things, but it's like you have to take advantage of the relationships that you have. You have good people in life, enjoying time with them because I get myself, it's good to get locked in and get in grind mode, okay, I want this, I want that, but at the same time, man, we don't know when life is gonna end. We don't know when life is gonna be over, so we need to enjoy. I've been trying to enjoy my family more, my friends more, Ginger more, you guys, her family more. You know what I mean? So putting a big emphasis on that, but also, I'm in grind mode. You know what I mean? The grind don't stop, but taking a step back as well and understanding that you only get one life. With these people. So.
I kind of regretted. At least last year, I was managing my time. But the reason why I brought up LJ is he was doing the exact same thing that I was doing, which was he was doing the DoorDash and Uber Eats. I'm still doing it, but not much longer because I finally shout out to me, but I finally passed my personal trainer.
Congratulations.
Yeah, CPT expires in 2 years, but don't tell my employers. I don't want to retake the test.
That's big time.
Test was good math. I didn't get a 2 year.
What's the goal with that for you? Why did you want to do that? Do you have a passion for training people?
Oh well, it's Rep Athletics. They're the first gym that hired me. It's my mentor, the guy that coaches youth football with me is Jeff Rose, and he graduated from Clemson. Knows anatomy just not doctor level, but the muscles just about as and how they function and movement patterns and such. And he kind of showed me the ropes. It kind of took a while for me to kind of grasp it. And at the time, I was taking the your test. I was doing what else was I doing? I was still trying to hit that sports journalism thing, and that sports journalism route. But it was just such a tough industry to kind of crack into. So I would do live streams with Vernon Thomas, who we host with, who hosted the previous version of this podcast with me. And I think it was actually I gotta shout out this place. I'm forgetting the name of the gym. It's the gym on Jordan. You know the gym in Tuckahoe? Oh, I forgot what it's called. Not Phoenix.
Orange Theory?
The one on Columbus. Oh my God, it's Transform Fitness. All right, so we'll edit that part. Shout out to Transform Fitness. So basically, Ben, that's a friend of ours, Max's brother, Ginger's brother. He said reach out to them. They're looking for personal trainers. I reach out to the guy. I think his name is Harrington. I can't remember his name. He owns the gym. And he's like, oh, you have any certifications? I'm like. You get that egg in your face and you look stupid. He's like, you got any certifications? I was like, left on red. Right? So I went out, I guess NASA called me. I'm still paying for the thing along with the life insurance. Life insurance forever, but I'm still paying for it. So I had to pay my way, basically pay my dues because I was working at Rep Athletics and Jeff Rose is mentoring me, but the clients, I'm a new trainer, so I don't really have the basis. I don't have all the knowledge. So the clientele was it's spotty here and there. So since then I've been in order to pay off whatever dues I have to NASA, the subscription. Basically, I failed the test twice, and I've been driving Uber Eats to kind of pay for it. But I passed it in late May, So when
that's paying off.
Yeah, so now I'm doing an internship. But like, if it wasn't for Rep Athletics and Jeff Rose, I would never have had that opportunity. He just,
Jeff.
yeah. I mean, he had a child of his own, so he couldn't train as many people. And that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's like you said, sometimes it's who you know. So he was willing to kind of like stick his neck out there and be like, I trust him to train, like 8th grade girls. And then sometimes it's an elderly person, sometimes, it's a middle-aged guy with children. Yeah. And so now like my knowledge is just kind of like expanded from there. I've been learning at this other place called Boutique Fitness. So I've kind of been doing like an internship with them. So I've come a long way, but like the reason why I bring up, LJ is like I was doing the actual Uber. I want to get into that. That's the whole thing. Yeah. And then I think my car got too old, so I've been doing Uber Eats. Put in like LJ said, mileage on my car, like straight. Yeah. Like I'm going from Scarsdale to Ossining, which if anyone who knows where Westchester is, that is, it's far enough to be annoying. Yeah. Like I'm going all the way. I ended up in Greenwich like one day. Like it was just, I'm still kind of doing it, but I'm not going as hard because I kind of have that safety net to fall back on. But shout out to Boutique, shout out to Rep Athletics, kind of guiding me along the way. But now I want to do like influencing like in fitness. Yeah. So eventually like I want to do something with Phase like where it's like, oh, it's a Patreon. It's like these are like the OG receiver secrets. This is how you catch the ball on the sideline. This is what you do when a cornerback's kind of on you. You can kind of like push on his back like solve his back to kind of like get away with OPI and such. So I kind of want to go, the influencer route, like I said. I don't know what your thoughts about this as I ramble. Work looks different for everyone. So even like Jordan was saying, like he's trying to go hard with his art. Some people, like that 9 to 5 is not for them in the traditional sense. Ginger even, she didn't change careers, she changed companies. Yeah. Work looks different for everyone.
Work looks different for everyone. I think it's about finding, like I talked about earlier, like this is the only life that we have. You know what I mean? So don't do something that you don't like. And I'm not saying you can't, like, because we all made something, a lot of people are, the reality is a lot of people have jobs that they don't like. And they just do the jobs and that's whatever it is. And I am against that unless you're doing that job to help you get to somewhere else. Don't just stay in the job that you don't like and just like, okay, live the life, oh, I'm gonna retire here. Then now you look back, you're retired. All your years are gone, wasted in that company, you got your retirement, but it's like you just wasted all that time not going anywhere, doing something that you hate, you know what I mean? So me, I'm not a 9 to 5 guy. I knew that from it was something in me, like, cause I went to Cornell University, I could go get a good 9 to 5. Like that's no problem for me. I have opportunities whenever I want.
Like even if you weren't as intelligent, like the name alone.
The name alone
can slap on the resume.
A lot of doors. So I think just for me, I understood, I guess, with the power of entrepreneurship, the power of ownership, and wanting to be a creative. I believe I'm a creative, like my mind spins so much. If I'm at work at a cubicle or something like that, bro, like I would be thinking about too many different things like that. I'll be like upset that I'm here and thinking about how to create this, and I wouldn't have enough time. So trying to forge the path, it's harder. Entrepreneurship is 24/7, you know what I mean? A podcast, you know what I mean? I'm working on podcasts, consistently thinking about it 24/7, how to make it better, how with the shorts, how is this, who's the next guest, what about sponsorship, what about that? People don't think it is. People think like, oh yeah, I just want to be an influencer, or I want to be this, or I want to be that. But no, it's different. Work looks different, but it's enjoyable work. Like there's not a second I don't work on a podcast or anything that content-wise that I'm like, I don't enjoy it. So I'm like, every work looks different for anybody. There's always going to be a hard, but you choose your hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose the anxiety of coaching, a difficult player in football as opposed to
exactly.
And I was working at that office. Oh man, that was the side of me I didn't like. I don't want to get into the whole. That stuff was frustrating. Yeah. It's like you're messing up at your office job, and people are watching you, watching you mess up.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole different. I was really questioning. I was 2023, like early last year. I was questioning life.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you did journalism, people say you got such great sports knowledge and you're over here at Central Avenue, typing away, helping people with their license plates. Or whatever.
And even if the money's not coming in, right, how do you feel when you do that stuff? You know what I mean? The sports journalism and stuff, the podcast, whatever, how do you feel? You feel good, right?
Yeah, no, there's one time I did a project with Max. There was one time where I actually did homework on a Saturday night. It was like the when I was at WCC, but I was editing something like a film that we did with Max. Like that's the one time in my life I was like, how many years I've been to school? Like 16, whatever. I don't remember many years, from 5 to like 24, whatever. Like it was something that I enjoyed it though. Like I wouldn't have been doing it on a Saturday night no less. I hold those. Everyone knows. I hold those sacred. It's the Jets losing on Sunday as they usually do, and it's the Jets. It's family. It's family, friends, entertainment, and then like the weekends. The weekends is when you turn into a different animal. Not always. You don't want to be. Please drink responsibly. Jordan's crying over there. Please drink responsibly, people.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, I'm trying to get all the sponsors. Like,
come on, we got you.
Not all of them though. Jordan was like, don't.
Yeah, you don't want all of them. You don't want all of them. We was I did a podcast with Elon Mack. He's this famous YouTuber. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. He was like, he's getting all these sponsorships, his agent all these sponsorships, but then he's like big with the kids. Like the kids love him. They're like, because he puts on that voice and he just has a great time with the kids in football, making streaming videos and stuff. And then he said his agent brought him, it was like some dick pills. And it was like, bro, like I can't do this. This doesn't fit my brand. Like, what about these kids? He's like, maybe when I'm older, but it's like, so every sponsorship, all money is not good money, especially if it's gonna tarnish your brand, you know what I mean? Like that. But he ended up not doing it. But that was just an example of like, you want all the sponsors, but no. Like, you gotta figure out what works best for you, what works best for your brand, you know what I mean? Man. Random Tandem, man.
Random Tandem, I'm not gonna lie. I might change it.
Come on.
Random Tandem.
Now we can get our first brand.
Yeah. Now, this would have been my sponsor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
here's the thing. I've got to hold it a certain way because people will use you and stuff.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. Who remembers what this is?
Alright, bro. I remember Shake Weight. This is my first time ever seen. I've never seen one
in real life.
They
have a female one. This is like, what's this, 5 pounds?
Is the female one maybe like green or something?
There's a pink one. Oh my god, I can't even remember though. But like, it's so crazy because it's like, Jordan's crying. It's your body. I'm not gonna do it, but your whole body actually, not whole body, your whole upper body actually moves.
Yeah.
Like,
let me see, man.
Like, if you pull up with this,
I just gotta, man. The people think what they think.
Yeah.
I've never done this before.
If you look at Hard Knocks, look at the Hard Knocks training, New York Jets 2010.
This is crazy.
Was it Steve Weatherford? Whoever was a punter at the time. He bought shake weights for the entire Jets team. Like, he was joking, this is gonna give us a competitive edge.
Wow.
Not back squats and Bulgarian split squats.
Nah.
Yeah.
Shake weight.
Not quadrupeds and deadlifts.
That's crazy.
He was like shake weight, and then they did. I think the guy's name was, I have all his knowledge, Isaiah Trufant. He did this 65 seconds, and that was like the record.
Really?
Yeah, 65 seconds.
Oh my god.
It was
the record.
Because when you do this, it's for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I have the CD of it. It's like I have the CD of it. Yeah, I put it on PlayStation 2.
Wow.
I have the CD. He does this, and then it's this is literally like the warm up. Like you just push this down, and if you do this one like sideways, you just push it up from there. I'm like, dude, it's 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Like why? And then you go behind the back with the tricep.
Yeah. The mom's just loving that. Mom's just in there, getting it. Yeah, it's probably a good workout.
Yeah, I think, is it Family Guy or SNL and South Park had a thing on this, but apparently the science is like, this is like equivalent to like 7 pounds. Like you might as well be curling. You might as well be curling like the 45, because it was like a false advertising. Like apparently they said this is equivalent to a 45-pound dumbbell. Really?
Nah, come on now.
That's what they said, and I believed it. 20.
Oh my god, they were like 40. That's crazy. It's anything to get you buy now.
Yeah.
Buy one, get two free.
Can I sue Shake Weight? Like who's on there?
They still have it. They still make them?
It's like on eBay.
Oh,
it's eBay. There's like maybe one left.
Nah, you're probably good.
No, freaking Shake Weight. Now that's crazy. Because
I'm
I'm
really back though, man.
Yeah, as seen. It says as seen on TV.
As seen on TV. Man.
As seen on TV. I'm like, what's the other one, real quick, before we kind of wrap this up? What's the other one? Is it Flex Seal? You remember Flex Seal?
No, I don't remember that one.
Flex Seal is like it's that black tape that you're supposed to put in like a boat and you just smack it on there.
Oh, right, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The Flex is like Flex Seal or something like
Yeah,
that?
Flex Seal.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like, that, I don't trust those ads seen on TVs anymore.
Yeah, bro, I don't know.
Ever since the...
I think I got like an ab machine or something on there. Or maybe it was a pull-up bar. It was something I got on there. It was like an ab machine, but it's like you put your body in it, then it's like, it clicks, it like, every time, and it's like the perfect thing. And like, that's how you know you did the perfect, it's called the perfect sit-up. That's what it's called. I remember I got that. I still have it in my garage, but it's like, oh, that's it. It's like perfect sit-up.
Can you pull an ab muscle doing that? Like, I feel like...
I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know, but it's too much, but
yeah.
Those were definitely the thing back in the day.
Oh man, well we got Phase in town for one more day. Well, yeah, I guess today, one more day.
Yeah.
He's doing big things. We got Unfazed. You got, hopefully the football thing's gonna work out for you.
Yes, man. I feel good about it, man. I think I'm good. I feel good, and I'm ready to play. You know what I mean? Any team, any organization, whatever it is, like I feel like I'm the best, man. Like, and there's no other receiver in the league that could compete with me. There's no DB that can guard me. I believe that at every level. I've yet to see that. You know what I mean? So, man, I'm ready to go. Wherever it's at, I know if I get the opportunity, I'm gonna shine.
I hate saying standing on business. Standing on
this. With 2 feet.
2 feet, but yeah, and trust me, he's been through a lot. Cornell, 4 years. Indiana State fighting through injuries, and one thing I want to say as we wrap this up, like one thing that kind of gave me motivation when I was like thinking about this podcast, that I found out recently, like Kevin Hart, when he did his first stand-up, he only had like $400 in the bank.
Wow.
Yeah, then he had like I think he's got 3 children now, but he had 2 children, and he was like worried that his checks weren't gonna bounce.
Oh my God.
So it's like, talk about like being like grateful, like, we see our friends having success, Ginger's doing her thing, everyone's, like I'm saying, everyone's getting married, there's love in the air, not everyone. A lot of people are getting married. When Max had his wedding shower, like, oh man, like the people from Tuckahoe that came in, and you get to just, throw back like it was like, 2008 or something.
Yeah, man.
No, it just taught me a different level of like, just being like grateful. Is that like I'm complaining about like, oh, I was struggling here, and this man had done 40-year-old Soul Plane was a good movie, but 40-year-old virgin, and he was doing like they had to actually for a stand-up they had to invite people into his they had to give away tickets.
Wow.
Like they didn't even know who he was, and he had 2 children. And was basically like worrying about like committing like wire fraud or check fraud, basically like getting the right checks that weren't gonna bounce.
Wow.
So then to just see like where I was, however many years ago, I had the digestive thing. It's called ulcerative colitis. So anyone the charities just donate to that because that stuff it's in that celiac kind of like Crohn's disease spectrum. Just me being down and out about that, like I still struggle with it. Like years ago. It just taught me, when I heard Kevin Hart's story, it just taught me a different level of gratitude. That's just, like things aren't what they seem. Even the successful people kind of like go through it.
Yeah.
So
I think it's all about running your race, man. You can't run anybody else's race because everyone else's race has different obstacles that you won't see coming. You know what I mean? So it's like you run your race, do what you love. You know what I mean? And just it's about figuring it out because. We can look at everybody on social media and this and that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be lying too. Like you don't know what's really what people are really going through. People flex this, that, whatever it is, and we have our friends that are being successful in this. But it's like we just gotta run our race, man. And if you're doing what we love, the money will come. You know what I mean? It's more so about focusing on being happy. You know what I mean? Because I remember. I was talking to somebody about this, like in college, we was broke in college. I know in college, like we was broke in college and we was getting by with $100 for the month or whatever it is like that. And now it's like, we're outside of here, it's like, okay, money may be tight, but like we're still figuring out we live to see another day, you know what I mean? I think my biggest advice to everybody watching Random Tandem is run your race, man. Enjoy what you enjoy, love what you love, do what you like to do. You know what I mean? Because you only get this life. You know what I mean? I've said it before and I'll say it again. This life, like we don't know when we're gonna be gone. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't even make it this far. So really just run your race. Don't compare it with everybody else and just do what you love. And what you love to do will get you to where you wanna be.
My brother,
Random Tandem, man.
Yeah, I would say it's episode 1, but it's episode 11.
Episode 11, man. 1-1.
Yeah, so go, well, we're always number 1.
Yeah.
Go check out Unfazed. We'll plug everything in the link in the description and all that.
That's it.
And if you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button.
Smash the like button, subscribe. go.
I love saying that though.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button.